Dear Diary, today I woke up with an enormous hangover, really no idea how I wound up on an executioner's cart. I was very nearly decapitated, then I was very nearly burned and eaten by a dragon, and then I chose to escape with the people who were trying to cut my head off because the alternative would be escaping with a pack of scruffy,
Whatever you need.
unwashed rebels, and I just...
Finest weapons and armor.
that wouldn't do, you know. Or so I thought, and then after spending some time with my Imperial rescuers, I discovered they're pretty smelly and unwashed and illiterate as well, and I'm really questioning all of my life choices at this point. Or I would be if I could really remember, again, how I came to be here. At any rate, I've been tasked as a courier because this province lacks basic infrastructure. I am to deliver a message to the city of Whiterun about a dragon attack that presumably they'd be able to have seen either with their own eyes or with scouts in the area, since I would presume that there are local garrisons, what with the entire province being in the middle of a civil war.
Hail's going bad.
I guess you don't have
Well, at any rate, there are two things to do. One, brew a shit ton of herbs, and secondly, find myself a squire for the journey. I thought I'd found one in the process of my escape. But the fact of the matter is, he was less than helpful when it came to defeating some of the local wildlife. He simply ran ahead of me, and, well, I like to journey at my own pace.
You're that visitor been poking around.
Yes, that's
Word
me.
is Ulfric Stormcloak escaped from the Imperial.
Yes,
War's only going to get worse.
I saw that happen. In fact, I was there. I mean, I wasn't being executed or anything. But the fact of the matter is, I saw just how incompetent the Imperials were at the whole cutting off the rebel leader's head and ending the insurrection thing. It was really
I'm
disgraceful.
the innkeeper.
Do you have a twin
It's my
sister?
business to keep track of strangers.
I heard Lucan yelling the other day about a thief breaking into a store.
Thievery in Orsinium is punishable by mutilation. Well, enough of that. Anyway, must find a squire. Ideally someone... Well, how can I put this? Not a Nord.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no...
Hey, Peon.
Yeah, we did have a bit of an ornament, solid gold. You
Cease
could?
your babble. I'll
Got some
help
coin
you for
coming in
money.
from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back.
Maybe
You,
you're a strapping
woman,
young
read
man.
this, now.
Another poem, I bet.
Sure,
He does know how to make a girl blush.
of course he does.
What's this?
Nonsense.
If that oaf thinks all I'm going to do is stay in that filthy house of his and clean,
Well, why wouldn't he?
You can tell Sven that he already has a mother.
Will do.
I'm not speaking to him anymore.
Splendid. Now, as for you, future contractor, I don't suppose you happen to have any books on magic. I don't suppose you happen to be able to read, but you can look at the pretty pictures of them. There are some very attractive naked demons in a couple of them, I'm sure. Oak flesh, I'll take that. And... raised zombie, I'll have that as well. Not like you'd have any need for them, after all. Again, probably illiterate. And there are, in point of fact, no naked demons in either of these. Morning. Woke up. Was nearly executed. Escaped. Killed some people. Afternoon. Committed some petty fraud. It's been a very weird day. Well, at least with that out of the way, I believe I now have a squire.
I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
Oh,
Lead the way.
believe me, good sir, there's more to this.
I'm right behind you.
Indeed you are. Now, I
want
hope you
carrots.
don't intend to go adventuring dressed like that. We're going to have to do something
lead,
about
I'll
your outfit, and specifically, your lack of armor. The stuff that protects your fleshy bits from arrows and teeth and weapons, swords, axes, hammers. Perhaps we can pick some up on the way to Whiterun. Would you like a snack, Findle? Perhaps some pheasant breast, raw rabbit legs? That's right, you're a Bosma, so you would probably want to eat meat. The quiet type, are you, Finder? Well, I appreciate this, because, well, I find the other orcs just so boisterous. I've always been a bit of a loner, you might say. I did grow up in a stronghold, briefly, but I left to join the Imperial Army, because, frankly, running around like frothing madman wasn't really my thing. I prefer, traveling the world and killing those who really deserve it, those who stray from the Emperor's light. What's the difference, you ask? Well, better pay for one, usually better equipment. The companionship is better, both in terms of the whole brothers-in-arms thing, and, well, the fact of the matter is, there are certain places in Tamriel where you go to a brothel and mention that you're an Imperial soldier who killed so-and-so or fought under so-and-so, and well, you might get a bonus, you might say. Alas, I seem to have wound up somehow on the wrong side of the law. Not that you need to explain that to anyone. I'm going to get it all sorted out. It's a paperwork error, Finder. These things happen from time to time. Comes of running an empire this enormous and unwieldy. Why, the last time I campaigned in Skyrim, we were told to relieve the garrison at Fort Hagstad and burn down Fort Sungard, only the orders had gotten garbled, and we were supposed to relieve the garrison at Fort Sungard and burn down Fort Hagstad. As I said, these things happen. It's just an unfortunate effect of living in the world in which we live. But your discretion would be appreciated. After all, I did perform some forgeries for you. So it's a I'll scratch your back, you'll scratch mine situation. No homo, of course, but just keep that in mind, Findel, and we'll get on splendidly. And speaking of scratching your back, my dear squire, I believe I've just found a couple of items here that you will be permitted to wear by my munificence. So put them on, one size fits all. Don't mind the fact that this one was worn by a massive, tall Altmer, and you are a rather short and, frankly, rather homely-looking Bosma. These are the burdens that we must bear. Worry not about it. Just put the armor on and see how the fit is. I will not go around with an unequipped squire. And you really mustn't worry about these items' previous owners, my boy. They were no doubt killed by loathsome bandits who are in the near vicinity, and we shall avenge them properly, and they can rest in the knowledge that, like all good Imperial citizens, they were avenged and law and order ultimately prevailed. There's no problem here. They would be happy to have donated their belongings to their avengers. Why, I myself obtained this battle axe from a Nord fighting for Ulfric's Stormcloak. Of course, he was a victim of Ulfric's demagoguery. He would be happy now, knowing the truth of the Imperial way. Oh, let's not philosophize. They're bad at stuff. Excellent, Final. She has turned her attention to me, and now you can shoot her in her exposed flank. As a distraction while I headbutt her to death. Go Team Orcs. Well, Final, I'd say that as far as partnership beginnings go, this went absolutely swimmingly. The best it possibly could have. I mean, I did get a couple of minor scrapes and cuts, but they healed quickly, and you stayed in the background as befits your station. And also your lack of armor.
Still here.
Now, we can strip the corpses, of course, and obtain some for you. I'm sorry, you'll have to wash the blood and sweat off yourself, but I suspect, having lived among, well, smelly humans for the past several years, I presume, you're quite used to the smell by now. So, equip yourself, and we can be on our way. Oh, Findel, I had no idea you had such muscle definition.
I'll follow.
No homo. Well, honestly, a little bit of homo. If it's you, it's okay. If it's not, if you don't approve it. Oh, would you look at that? Goodness, there's another corpse to loot. How did I possibly miss such a thing? And it has such wonderful iron armor on it that I simply must have. Yes. I'm sorry, Findle. What were we talking about again? I'm sure it was not important. Just forget it entirely. Look at my new iron helmet, Findle. Isn't it beautiful? Don't I look absolutely spiffy now? Seriously, Findle, why are you giving me that look?
And now a word from our sponsor, me!
So what, was this an extended tutorial section? Because it's like, this is all stuff I should know by now. Well, not all of it, but monster in a... Okay. I deserve that.